Hey guys, welcome to My Sew Bliss. Today I'm excited to be sharing with you how to make some easy coasters using your scrap fabrics. These are braided coasters, and again, like I said, I just use scrap fabrics. You could use like a fat quarter or whatever fabric you have and cut it into strips, but I just used leftovers, especially this one from a dress that I made, and braided them together, and it turned out pretty cute. I'm excited about it. And then even on this one, I put Mod Podge on it. I kind of wanted to see how it looked. It's stiffer, that's for sure, but then it stops any of the fraying. So if you're worried about like fraying, or if it is too weird or funky for you, you could always do it this way. So let's get started. The first thing that I did was take my scrap fabric and cut it into about 1-inch strips. These don't have to be perfect. You could do whatever size you want. I just felt like 1 inch was a good size to make this size coaster. Then to get the braided look, I took 3 strands and pinned them to a wool pressing mat and started braiding them together. I had my 3 pieces set up and put the right side over the middle, then the left side over the middle, and so forth. If you need to look up how to braid, definitely do that. Then I just took it, and those ends that were just pinned, I just wrapped them kind of into a knot. It wasn't too thick, so I can still sew through it. And now I'm going to start sewing with a zigzag stitch over this in place. And I like to use this tool. It's called the stiletto tool. It's by Annie. I'll put a link for it down in the description. And it really helps me maneuver that braided fabric. And I'm just going to start twisting it around itself. And as I go, I leave the needle down and lift my presser foot and turn my fabric so that I can get it in that swirl shape for the coaster. And you can see here, it's going in between my knot over to the other fabric that it's sewing to. So it's creating a zigzag stitch over the top of these two, connecting them, which then holds it in place to create our swirl form. And I'm just going to continue all the way around, holding that tightly so that I make sure to get the left side and the right side. And like I said, I like to use this stiletto. It really helps to hold that fabric in place and maneuver it, and especially make sure I don't sew my fingers. My nails are nice for that, but the stiletto really helps. And then once I get to the end like this, let me show you how I add on my next strand. So here I have my braided pieces. I'm going to overlap them and kind of twist them up together. And that really helps. Again, the stiletto, very helpful. It's going to help hold those pieces in place. And I just kind of twist them together. I'm not super specific about this because it's going to get wrapped in anyways. And you won't even be able to tell the difference between the braiding and the non-braided part. And I just keep going around. And then, like I said, just keep sewing back and forth, making sure it goes over the left and the right side. So you're getting both. And then here you can see I made it back around to that side. So I just tuck it back in with the stiletto. Again, I can't emphasize how helpful this is. And then keep going around. And if you look at it, you really can't tell. I am making sure that my braids are laying flat so that they look nice and you can really see the braided effect on the top. And here I am adding in another strand again. I think I used 3 strands on this one, depending on what size you want. You just make sure to have that many cut out. And it definitely depends on the length of your scrap of fabric as well. So keep that in mind. When you go to finish it off, again, I'm just going to be doing a lot of tucking. I did cut off these tails after twisting them. That really helped to make it kind of look finished. And I like how here, after cutting it off, I just tuck it in on itself and really covered up those frayed edges so it won't fray even more than it already is. But that's just kind of the fun effect of it. I did backstitch just to make it a little more secure. And then I trimmed up my threads. You can trim up any fraying or excess threads you might have. I love how it even fit my Stanley Cup. And here's a comparison between the two that I did. The one on the right, I put Mod Podge on. So I'm going to show you here. I just poured a little bit on and then rubbed it in to all my edges, especially on the parts that are fraying more. And then if you've added Mod Podge, you just let them dry. And it should be done right after that. If you didn't add Mod Podge, you could trim some of the threads if you don't like that look, or you could just leave them. So that is how you're going to make a braided coaster. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure to check out my other tutorials on making coasters. I'm going to show you how to make a rope coaster with braided rope, well, with rope and scrap fabrics. That one turned out so cute. And then this is a twisted fabric coaster. This one's a little bigger, and also I Mod Podged this side so you can kind of see it kind of changed the texture and color a little bit, but I think it actually could work better. It's more like sealed for a coaster, so that's kind of cool. Something to kind of try out and experiment with and have fun with. So make sure to check out all of those different videos that I'm going to be posting. I love this little series. I think it's super fun. So make sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!